As the evening rain drizzled, a group of about 30 people arrived at the entrance of an abandoned sewer pipe deep in the mountains. The place was overgrown with wild tropical plants, making it seem even more secluded. A man, who appeared to be their leader, stepped forward and respectfully performed a fist and palm salute. "Little hero, may we seek shelter from the rain here for just one night?" The sudden arrival of so many people startled Maywoon. He wasn't sure if they were dangerous, but their polite gesture and manner of speaking made him hesitate. They didn't seem like bad people. It looked like they thought he was some young hermit guarding this abandoned sewer. "I settled here a few years ago," Maywoon said cautiously. "You're welcome to stay anywhere you like, but I'm using that pavilion, so please find another spot." The man smiled and nodded. "The young hero is indeed courteous. We will do as you say. Everyone, let's move. Stay away from the hero's pavilion and find other places to shelter." "Understood." "Yes, family head," the group responded in unison. Maywoon noticed the character for Tang on their chests. Combined with their reference to family head, it was clear they all belonged to the same family. Although curious about them, Maywoon simply nodded at the middle-aged man and quickly retreated to his pavilion. It was time to feed the kids. "I'm almost late. Are you all hungry?" He lit a lamp and began preparing dinner. Lifting the lid off a large pottery jar, he cleared away some leaves and grabbed a handful of crickets. He could feel them twitching in his hand. Opening another jar, he looked inside. A large body, furry legs, a slightly yellowish tint. His heart raced a little. He tossed a few adult crickets into the jar, and the creature inside instantly pounced, greedily devouring them. "Eat a lot, Black. What would I do without you guys?" Inside the jar was Black Earth Tiger, a species of tarantula from Hainan, China. It could grow up to 20 centimeters. After watching Black eat, he moved on to feeding the others. The old medicine cabinet held another resident, Bawangling cave gecko. These lizards had striking yellow stripes on their bodies and white ones on their tails. "In my past life, you guys were hard to find due to import restrictions, but here, you're everywhere." He dangled a cricket leg in front of them, and they immediately rushed forward to snatch it. "Ouch!" One accidentally bit his finger in its eagerness. He quickly removed it, then finished feeding all the creatures in the cabinet. Just then, a voice called from outside. "Little hero, are you inside?" It was the same middle-aged man from earlier. Maywoon wiped his hands, closed the cabinet, and stepped outside. The man was smiling. "We're grateful for your shelter. Would you join us for dinner? We caught some deer." "Deer?" Maywoon stuttered. The man nodded. "Yes, we caught a couple on our way. Would you like to join us?" Maywoon had never caught a deer before. The thought of eating one made his stomach growl. He would have never imagined eating snakes and lizards, but here they were his only source of protein. "Sorry guys, I had to survive." A proper four-legged animal, there was no way he could refuse. Maywoon followed the man. They walked past rooftops with missing tiles and half-collapsed buildings, finally arriving at the largest pavilion in the sewer. There, over an open fire, large chunks of deer meat sizzled, releasing an intoxicating aroma. Gulp. The scent of roasted meat filled Maywoon's nostrils, making his mouth water. A soft chuckle interrupted his thoughts. The family head pointed to a spot next to him. "Oh no!" Embarrassed, Maywoon quickly took the seat. The man laughed. "The meat will take a bit longer to cook. Meanwhile, I have a few questions, may I ask?" Maywoon nodded. "Yes, please go ahead, sir." It was common for conversations to start with basic questions. "By the way, do you live alone in these Hainan mountains? How old are you?" "I think I'm about 14 or 15. The family head frowned slightly. 14 or 15? Scratching his head, Maywoon answered. "I lost my memory." The man's expression softened. Oh dear, what a tragic thing to happen. But the truth was, Maywoon hadn't lost his memory. He remembered everything. It felt more like reincarnation or possession. In his past life, he was a famous streamer known as Maywoon Fabre, with 1 million subscribers across YouTube, America TV, and Twitch. He specialized in venomous creatures, spiders, and reptiles. But his career ended in tragedy. 1 million subscriber celebration special, a show about the top 10 most venomous snakes. A bite from a black mamba. That was how he died. I must have become one of those streamers who died doing something dangerous. But why did the black mamba have to pop out from behind the fridge in that shabby hotel? Its venom was lethal. Within 20 minutes, he was gone. And now, here he was, in a completely different life. The family head's voice brought him back to reality. "So you continue to live here alone?" Maywoon nodded. "Yes. I have nothing to my name. I catch snakes and survive by selling their skins." The man's expression darkened. How pitiful that such a young hero must catch dangerous snakes to survive. Even Maywoon found himself a little pitiful. Just then, steaming pieces of deer meat were placed in front of them. The young hero seemed very hungry earlier. but he quickly bowed his head and accepted the food. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've had meat from a four-legged animal. The moment he took a bite, he was in heaven. Ugh! Nothing compared to this. Snake meat was edible, but this was pure happiness. The young hero eats well. Have some more. The old man chuckled. You remind me of my granddaughter back home. As Mei Woon devoured the meat, the family head leaned closer. Little hero, listen while you eat. We came here looking for something. Have you seen anything strange around here? Mei Woon licked his fingers. Something strange? The elderly man spoke up. We are looking for a centipede with blue spots. Have you seen one? Mei Woon's eyes lit up. A new species of giant centipede? The family head nodded. It's called the Blue-Spotted Centipede. It's quite large. How big? The man hesitated. If it's fully grown, it could swallow someone your size. Mei Woon froze. A centipede that big? Suddenly, his excitement turned into determination. He had to find it. Because if there was one thing Mei Woon Fabre loved, it was centipedes. Though Spicy Fabre felt sorry for the centipede, he couldn't ignore the kindness these men had shown him. I haven't seen it myself, but I might know where to find it, he finally said. If the centipede was real, it was only a matter of time before it ended up in his hands. What, are you serious? You actually know where it might be? The disbelief in their voices would have been unthinkable in his past life. It was a strange feeling, realizing how far he had fallen after being reincarnated. Back then, he wasn't just known as a walking encyclopedia of snakes, venomous insects, and deadly creatures. He was the encyclopedia. If it crawled, slithered, or had venom potent enough to take down a human, he knew everything about it. From their habitats and diets to their unique behaviors and hidden dangers, there was nothing in the world of reptiles and arthropods that he hadn't studied, handled, or talked about with absolute authority. Now, he was just a kid surviving in the wilderness. See, this never would have happened before. But then again, it wasn't just his reputation that had died. He had,